Alright guys, super exciting stuff. Horus, like the one that was supposed to be level 8, the ultimate like boss monster, it's back with some new support, and I'm actually pretty excited, as it was one of the decks that I thought was going to be super OP. Like back in the day, if any of you guys are OG Yu-Gi-Oh players, you probably thought like, man, if I could just make Jinzo Horus and lock down my opponent, and then you still lose anyways, because Yu-Gi-Oh's like that. Let's go ahead and check out to see if Horus, the Black Flame deity, or it's not even a level at this point anymore. Well, it's because level, they never really supported levels good enough. That was like the only good like level monster, right? I guess Silent Swordsman had some good cards, but anyways, that was like way later. Starting right off, though, we got Fire, Horus, the Black Flame deity. It's a Fire Dragon effect. It's level 8, 3000, and 1800 defense points. It says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. So the first part is if you control a Horus monster. Wait, what is it? Oh, is it for the new sarcophagus stuff? Oh, okay. This is like, okay. So, oh, okay. So it is technically Horus, but it's part of the newer stuff. Okay. If you control Horus and a King's Sarcophagus, I think like that's the card that brings out everything. I covered this whole archetype. Oh, is it? It's like the. Oh, I think Pharaonic Sarcophagus, I'm thinking, is King's Sarcophagus. Maybe it's the next card that we're going to be looking at over here. But anyways, so you have to control both of them. You can reveal this card in your hand and send one card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and send one card from the field. Wait, it doesn't even summon itself? I thought I was going to summon itself. Alright. The second part says, if a face-up King Sarcophagus and or Horus monster other than Horus, the Black Flame deity you control, leaves the field by an opponent's card effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. Then you can send all other monsters on the field to the graveyard. Oh, so it doesn't even stop like spells and traps anymore? Or I think it just used to stop like spells or something. I think it was like it's like you could decide if like this is like the OG boss monster, right? So when it was during either player's turn, when a spell is activated, you can negate the activation if you do destroy it. Okay, so it's basically like an old school Naturia Beast. That's like, this card was like an ultimate like, monster back in the day. But nonetheless, with this effect over here, I mean, you get to special summon the card, and then you can, like, it doesn't even have like a good effect other than, I guess it sends them all. It doesn't destroy, so maybe that could be an advantage if you are playing, because it's kind of a hand trap at that point, right? Because if the thing that is pretty good is if King Sarcophagus goes away, unless this is King Sarcophagus. Okay, I'm pretty sure the Pharaonic Sarcophagus counts. Like, I'm pretty sure it's a translation thing, because this card is so important for the archetype. If you lose out on it, then you do lose, and your opponent will probably use a monster effect and they'll get rid of that card, and then you can bring this out and then you set everything. So it's kind of like a hand trap surprise Regeki. I think it actually might be pretty good for the archetype. I was hoping it was like going to be able to stop spells, but at the end of the day, this whole archetype is all based around that, and now you have a better comeback if that goes away, but then you just have to have this card. Considering it has to be on your hand, right? And you can special summon this card from your hand. If it was hand or graveyard, I think this would be actually so much better, but it still isn't that bad of a card, being able to just send one from the field to the graveyard. You can maybe get rid of the problematic card. I think the card is like usable for sure. All right, let's check out the other support. So next up, it is the Stone Wall of the Imperial Tomb. So it's a field spell that says you can only use a second effect of this card's name once per turn. So it says, as the first part of the effect is this card's name becomes King Sarcophagus. Oh, so that is actually not this. Okay, I thought it was just a translation thing. While in the field zone. Okay. Next up, the second part of the effect is during your main phase, you get to add one Horus monster from your deck to your hand. Then you get to place one card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So that's actually a pretty good effect. Third effect is if you activate the effect of Horus, the Black Flame deity, you get to draw a card. Okay, so you can activate either one of the effects. Okay. So being able just to dump one and then you get to draw one. I mean, you still have to send one. I guess you're just revealing it in the hand anyways. I think it's like actually pretty good for synergy. And considering it is a field spell, it doesn't have any, problems with keeping the other one up. So I think it's like pretty good. I think the archetype is looking better. I mean, if you guys haven't seen the Horus archetype, definitely look it up. I've already got gameplay, but I think it's pretty solid. I would say this is actually looking much better than the previous fish support that we just covered, because this is just fresh off the press over here. This just got announced. I think this is like pretty good stuff. I was expecting like the Horus, the level Horus, but I mean, I guess it's technically, I mean, it's just any Horus card, right? You could go for Dark Horus. Alright, anyways, let me know guys your thoughts on it. I think it's actually pretty solid. If you guys enjoyed it, drop a like on it. If you're new, subscribe to the bell so you don't miss out when we cover more of these brand new cards. Hopefully we'll get more Horus support. Anyways, peace out.